morning, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. The other day I was pulling out insulation because I was running low from the cedar install, and I was starting to use some, like I pulled all this insulation out down here, and then I pulled out some from the bottom. When I pulled out some of the insulation in that bottom panel down here, it was soaking wet, and it was soaking wet along the entire length of the van, also on this side as well, all the way from here and all the way back. So that means I have a leak somewhere. Well, I know it's not coming from solar entry gland, the other two cable entry glands that I put up, and I know it's not coming from my fans. So I made a post on Facebook and I had a lot of feedback. There were like 40 comments, and we were talking about the panels that are on the exterior side of the van on the bottom half that are really well known to leaks. I'm going to show you where they leak from. I'm sure you can see these yellow clips. 1, 2, 3, they go all the way down the van. Now that's the top half of the clip. And what that does is hold that plastic piece of siding onto the van. And all this does is leak. If you look, you can see where water seeps into the van right here. And every single one. So pretty much every single wall, actually that's wet right there. See that? That is soaking wet right there. You can hear it hit the ground, it's just soaking wet. And so all of these have leaked. Well, this is a 2015, so it's been leaking in the van for 7 years. I saw a guy post also, I'm gonna share that clip right here. This guy didn't catch his rust damage. I think he already bought the van, and he was really unhappy that he has a lot of work to recover that rust and make sure the chassis doesn't rust any further. So if you are a Sprinter van owner, I don't know exactly what years, but somebody commented it was 2017 and below that have these issues. I don't know what they've done since then to fix these issues, but even if you have a brand new Sprinter, just check and see where those snap, where those come into the wall and where those snap into place from the exterior of the van. I have already done one side, and I'm going to show you what you need to waterproof your van, add a little flair to it, and to keep it watertight and keeping water off the edges as well. So let's go outside, see what we're using, and see what we've already done, because we're halfway finished already since I'm recording this video. So in case you're wondering what I'm talking about, we're talking about these side panels that go along the exterior of the van. And see, they have been kind of whitewashed out, they've been dried out by the sun, and they're really just grayish white and dirty. This is where the leaks are coming from. So on the other side, I've already popped off and coated everything. Let me show you what we've done. So there is what it looks like after it's finished. I'm going to show you what we've done to it. Okay, so as you can see, the other side is already finished. All the panels that can pop off easily have already been fixed. And so how I'm fixing this whole entire issue, I'm popping off all of these panels, and how I'm doing that is using a trim removal kit. I'm using just 2 of the tools from that kit, and this one helps not damage the body of the van. This one kind of gets behind there. I'm going to show you where this one comes into play as well. So this is the bucket I'm sitting on, the rags I'm using to clean. After that, we're applying Rust-Oleum truck bed liner. This just gives it that nice new fresh look, little protective enamel that goes on top of there as well. And I've bought about 5 cans of these, and I've already used 1 and about a quarter can. This is the second can, and it's got about, you know, probably a third left. So there's the silicone we're using. This is just window and door silicone. It's clear, and you will need a screwdriver to pop off at least 2 of these panels. Let me go back to the other side and add a quick note. If you're doing this yourself, passenger side door, there are 2 screws. 1, 2. You need to remove those first. If you're doing the passenger side door, there are 2 screws as well. It's right here. You can see that. There's 1 right here you need to remove. And if you open the door all the way, you can fit a drill right here. And there's a screw right here. You probably can't see, and here's my passenger rear tire, and you can just shoot in and angle it. Take that screw out. So those are the only screws, and that's a total of 4. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, and the rest you can just pry off. So we're gonna get to work. I'm gonna start my way and work back. I'm gonna show you guys how I removed these clips. I didn't break a single one on the other side. I'm gonna show you how I did that. Okay, first off you wanna do is grab a piece of cardboard. The one thing you don't wanna do is pry into your body of the van, and you're gonna make some scratches or dents there. There will be places that you'll wanna pry off, and you'll just put this piece of cardboard behind her. So we're gonna start with this little piece, because I know there's a clip. I know there's 4 clips in this one, because I did the other side. And it may benefit me to go to open this door and attack it from the other side. There goes both of those. Now once I'm in there like so, I could just kind of pry this one this one in there. I've seen people on YouTube just start prying these off with their hands. So what you want to do is take your time and don't force anything. If you start to force it, you're gonna break those clips. So now we can get a better angle. I have to get up in the way a little bit. It's okay. Now there's a clip right about there. I see the last one, and there we go. Just like that. I'm gonna bring you guys in closer because this is the important part. So y'all have these clips. Some of them will stay in the van. Actually, most of them will stay in the van just like that. Some of them will stay into this plastic piece. So I'm gonna set that down right here, and we're gonna work on getting these out so we can clean this area, silicone it up. The tools you'll need for this part, this black tool from your trim kit, one of these tiny little flathead screwdrivers, anything maybe with a small point, small tip, will do the trick, but I just recommend one of these right here. So what I'm doing is I'm gonna pry back just a little bit to where I can see behind it. Now there's two clips, or it's kind of like an arrowhead, little triangle. So where I see that clip, I'm pushing. So once I pop it out, it'll shoot out at you, but here's what the clip looks like. And this is the side that was just in the van. So what I was doing was prying it back, and then I take my screwdriver and I push down on this, and it pulls out. I got a little resistance on it, pulls it out, and then I push on this side, and it just lifts out. So what you don't want to just pry it out, because this plastic is 7 years old and it's halfway dry rotted, so you don't want to snap these, and they're very easy to break. That's why people don't do this kind of job without extra clips. Now, I haven't broke one yet. I've done one side. We'll see how it goes on this side, but I have found the method that I'm using now to work the absolute best, and I haven't seen anybody on YouTube recommend it. And the only thing I think I have found out is just the fact that you can just push in like that. It's like they're gonna come out, and that's really how it comes out right there. So I'm taking these, smash these in. See, this is a rectangle, it's not squared off. And you've got the back end right here on the bottom. So how that fits, the rectangle is elongated this way, and I go in just like this. I got a little pressure. And it pops in just like that. If you guys saw that, I'll do another one. Rectangle is facing that way, we're going in that way, and it pops in just like that. Perfect. So we're gonna remove the other two, and then I'm basically gonna do a time lapse and just let you watch me do the rest of this van, because I have a long way to go. I can't be talking to you guys the whole time. So see how easily that just popped out right there? Bam. I'm not here pulling these out. It's calculated extraction of these clips. Now we're gonna take our piece, we're gonna clean it, all the dirt and grime off of it, even hit the back side just a little bit. What you want to do is just kind of hit this with a wet rag, and then I have another rag for the alcohol. I'm just cleaning off around where the holes are. So my steps after this, I have it cleaned off, I have my clips in, I'm not gonna lose them. I'm gonna put some cardboard down on the ground, spray a coat of bed liner across this piece here, and I'm gonna let it dry. I think the bed liner takes about an hour, and then you can apply it. It's by the time it dries and it's ready to put back on, I'm working my way down, so once I get finished, it'll be ready to put back on. The last step that I do is apply silicone. Now it's a little overkill. Apply silicone to around this edge here and around this edge here. And then I take some as well, I put some around this lip, and then we put it back in place. So let's go over and do a little spray painting. I'm gonna put a coat on this, just let it time lapse and let you guys see what I'm doing. Okay, before you do this panel right here and the back panel, you need to remove this one because this panel overlays the top of here. And there's just this one, I guess you can call it a little plug that sits up underneath here, and it just pops into this piece right here. So you just gotta pry that out just like you do the rest of these. Next, we'll pop that one out. Then we'll do this one, spray paint them. Those are drying, and then we'll just clean up the area, apply the silicone, and install everything back nice and neat. It looks really good. Huge difference. So you can see what it was before and after. Even that little piece needs painted. Just popped off our last panel at 10 o'clock, so it's taken us an exact hour to get all of these off, and this is the last one to spray paint. Just for time reference, in case you're doing this on your own, it's going to take about probably 2 hours, give or take 2 hours each side. Last piece. Got our clips back in place. Surface area is clean. Look how pretty that is. It's beautiful. I got a little dirt on there, but what I'm gonna do is a little overkill. Why not? And it's not gonna hurt anything. I'm applying silicone around this edge of the hole, and then on top of the clip as well. That watertight seal. Boom. It's 2, 3. Okay. Apply it now. This is covering the exact same area. Like I said, just a little peace of mind, especially once this is in and dry, but also once I get the new weather stripping. It's not really weather stripping, it's just found its purpose to be used better as weather stripping. So this contours the van like so. I'll line up the bottom clips and then the top clips, and then press it in. And so the first piece is in. It looks great. I'm gonna link everything that we use in the description below. The paint, the trim removal kit, silicone, and I think that's really it. We're gonna put the silicone on all the holes. I'm just gonna go one panel at a time. Put these bad boys back in place. Let's get it. Oh yeah, and we are an hour and 13 minutes into this project, just FYI. Alright, so we're gonna put some rhino lining on the front bumper and these flares. So we just got everything blue taped. It's not the best job, but I only had one box, a little bit of plastic. That's what it's gonna look like. I'm also gonna give this thing a bath. It's really, really dirty. I just decided that, you know, I'm gonna do the mirrors, match it up a little bit. Okay, well I just peeled the plastic, well not the plastic, I peeled off all the blue tape and the cardboard, and it looks pretty good. The mirror is done, 2 coats on the mirror. I think it looks pretty good. I was just debating on doing it. I came back out from lunch. I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna do it. It's kind of hard to see with the lighting right now, but it looks pretty good. I put 1 coat on passenger side. Now you can see on this side real well. Don't mind the tape job. That was from the other side, so it's all just kind of recycled tape. Looking good so far.